Hey guys, how are you doing? Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. Things have just gotten really busy again. It's summer out here. Well, just the end of summer, and now we're coming back to the fall and start of school again. So things are kind of settling out again. But sorry I haven't made a video for a while. So hope you're still hanging in there with me. And I thought I'd do this little quick one because I was working on this little craft. I am actually working on trimming my Thoth deck, or Thoth, whatever way you want to say it. So yeah, like this is not the pocket size, it's not the jumbo size either, it's just like that medium size card. Let's see, I got a ruler here real quick. It's like almost 4.5 inches by like 2.5 inches, something like that. That's what this deck is. Yeah, so I am looking at trimming it because, you know, the borders are nice on here, but I've seen other decks that have been trimmed for this deck, and it is amazing. It looks so good. These colors pop out so nicely. So yeah, I prefer it borderless. What I am doing is leaving the very bottom here, just to kind of keep the, you know, so I can see what the key word is, or, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll show you what I've done so far, and I'll show you what I'm using and all that jazz. So this is how it's looking so far. It's not like perfect. I don't have a corner rounder, so I've just been using some good old scissors. And I've been using this guy to cut the side borders off in the top. And then, yeah, and I actually even trimmed the very bottom of here as well, because there's kind of a little leftover bit right down here that, you know, you don't really want that on there. So, and then everything else to be brown. But I actually prefer this backing so much more now. Like, even without like that big white border on it, this looks so much nicer, doesn't it? Compared to that. Yeah, I'm liking this. So this is now going to be like my little miniature deck, because now it measures like basically 4 inches, so it's not over 4 inches, and by just over, it's like 2.25 inches maybe. So that's pretty cool. It's like a little miniature. Yay, mini deck. So I'll show you what I've been doing for it, the tools that you need, like for what I've been doing here, and I'll just kind of show you too. You know, it's not perfectly perfect. You know, my corners aren't all matching up. If you want all the same corners, I'd get a corner cutter. But for the most part, this is actually all like lining up pretty good. So it's going to shuffle well. It's going to read well. That's all I want. So, okay. So I use this guy, and I actually, on my very first one that I did here, I used a X-Acto knife. Now, I don't know if you can see this right here. I actually indicated where to line this up, because that very first cut is kind of tricky to know. Here, I'll show you. To know exactly, like, see, you don't know if you're lining up exactly to this, right? So here's my cutting line, but it's like, I don't know, I'm not sure. So what I've been using is I traced this out. I just indented it, so I know that this should be showing. And then each time it'll be exactly right on. So that's pretty sweet. So I use this X-Acto knife just in case I have to do any kind of like close trimming and I don't want to cut the inside here. So that works really good. And I'll use like the ruler if I absolutely need to, but I actually really haven't needed to use it. And yeah, so that's basically it. I can do like a little mock one here so you guys can see what I do. So there you go, kind of lined it up with that line again. Sometimes this little thing on this ruler type thing here, the guide, it bends if you press too much pressure on it, so you have to try it and keep the same amount of pressure going across. That's the only thing with this. So there, it just kind of came off. See right here, actually, you can see it made like a little bloop. So with that, I would just take my scissor and I can try and do it so you can see. It's a little bit tricky though. It's kind of detail. not too bad. It's a little bit in there still, but you know, I'm not too picky with this deck. It's a very well used deck, this one. So, but I think I got pretty straight now. See? Okay, so then what I do is actually the same on this side. And I line it up with that mark again, just to make sure. Sometimes it's just slightly over if it's looking like it's going to need to be. Then it just breaks off. Perfect. Flip it around. I just line this up really, just with the border. And then I flip this around so then that way I can see this side, because I don't want that little white bit on there. And there. So now this is all sharp and pointy, right? So for me, I've just been cutting my corners. I'm not sure if I can show you very well. Hopefully I can. And yeah, so I've just been kind of around in them. And if there's like a picture right there, I try and do my best to, you know. Sorry. I know you guys are having a hard time seeing this. It's kind of small space to work in here. It's not easy with a camera. No one ever says that. But hopefully you guys can see I have to concentrate on what I'm doing too, because I don't want to slip up, screw up, and then I have like this bummed out card. I don't have a replacement deck for this right now, so. But anyways, there you go. That is my my trimmed, borderless for the most part, except for this little guy, Thoth deck. Now, for me, eventually I will be getting rid of this very bottom part. Once I know what all the words are, like here, like gain, I never remember that on this card. So if there ever comes a day where I totally remember what every keyword is on these cards, then I'll be getting rid of that bottom part, because it's so much more beautiful when there is no words and it's just showing the image. I like that. So there it is. I'll let you see the comparison here again. Oh, so much nicer. So highly recommended. Hope this is helpful for you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, and blessings to you all. You take care. See ya. Bye.